Welcome to a Hurricane Irma update. It's 8 p.m. It's Friday. I'm Tom. We'll be talking about Irma, the new update we just got at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about some very dangerous storm surge on the west coast and east coast of Florida. And we'll also be talking about the timing of the wind, rain, and all that. First up, let's look at a map that shows the storm surge, and that red you see over on the southwest side of Florida, that's 12 feet. So they're looking for some 12 feet of storm surge. They also are looking for storm surge on the east coast of Florida also, but probably not as much as that area on the southwest side of Florida. This map's a little easier to make out. They're showing 6 to 12 feet from Fort Myers on down on the west coast, and then on the east coast of Florida they're showing 5 to 10 feet, which is a lot, because many times there's areas that just have a very high tide, say a full moon, and it floods. So 5 to 10 feet is a lot of flooding. Also, they're showing 3 to 6 feet north of Jupiter Inlet. Now this is our threats, and obviously the wind threat is extreme, and the storm surge is extreme in some areas, especially on the southern part of Florida. Also, they're looking for up to 20 inches of rain. So the flooding threat is very high. That's why there's a lot of evacuations. And also the tornado threat. Anytime you have a tropical cyclone, they do spin off tornadoes. So that's something to look for. And here is the rainfall. This is through Wednesday. And you can see locally, that's from Miami up to about West Palm Beach there. They're showing 20 inches of rain, so there could be some very major flooding in that area. And this is our forecast track, and they're showing it going straight up the Florida, the middle of Florida, and going to be a Cat 4 when it makes landfall. And by the time it gets up around Gainesville to Jacksonville, Florida, it will be a Category 1. So, what's the timing going to be on this? A lot of people are asking, when will we start to see the effects of Irma? Well, here is our graphic, and when we're going to feel those effects in South Florida is Friday midnight tonight. There could be some gusts up to 35 miles an hour and some light rain starting. The tropical force winds are just going to definitely be there by Saturday morning, and then all day Saturday the winds will just build, and you'll probably be getting some rain bands coming in late Saturday. And they're saying that there should be hurricane force winds by Saturday midnight or about 2 a.m. So how long will these hurricane force winds last? Well, the hurricane force winds reach out 70 miles from the center, so that's 140 miles side to side, the size of Irma. If you take that 140 and divide it by the speed, which is 12 miles per hour, you get 11.6 hours. Now that's if the eye goes over you or very close to you. The more you are away from the eye, the less time you're going to have those hurricane force winds. But nevertheless, it's not going to be an hour or two and then it's gone. And here is the update. This is the 8 p.m. update. It was 315 miles southeast of Miami. The winds were 155 miles per hour. It was moving west at 12 miles an hour. Pressure is 924 millibars, And as I said before, those hurricane force winds reach out 70 miles from the center, and the tropical force winds are 185 miles from the center. So that's why you're going to be getting late tonight some of those tropical force winds. And here is a picture of it, and this is the 8 p.m. one, and pretty much the same information that I just told you, so we won't really go over that. You can see that it's just a little bit above Cuba. It's actually sort of interacting with Cuba, and you can see South Florida and how close it's getting to South Florida. So as you're looking at this, you can see how close those bands are getting to Florida. It's only 315 miles away from Miami. So you will be getting some of that banding by morning or late afternoon. Well, thank you for tuning in. We're working on our major update that comes out after midnight. If anything else happens, we will get it up here on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe.